Hi guys, it's Mrs. Bishop. I apologize that I can't be there with you today, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to do these yak talks with you. So I've called this Mrs. Bishop Yaks, and if you guys can think of a better name, I am more than willing to change that. First of all, I want to describe to you what the YAC program is. It's the Young Adults Choices program from the International Literacy Association. We are one of 5 sites in the whole country to take part in this program. So we're sent brand new books directly from publishers, and your job is to read the books and fill out the surveys. The International Literacy Association then compiles the information from all the sites and publishes our top choices for teachers and parents around the world to use as guides for the best new books. These are books that haven't even been on shelves in bookstores yet. They are sometimes books that haven't even been the ones that we have at school haven't been read by anybody. They are the best, the newest, and you guys get to help decide which ones are going to be the ones that kids want to read. So I've included the 2017 reading list, which Mrs. Evans had a part in creating. And you guys will be helping to create the 2018 reading list by voting for the books that you want. And in case you were wondering about the Children's Choices books that you guys voted on last year, I attached the reading list for that program too. So you need to know that your choices do matter and your opinions matter on an international scale. So this is what we need you to do. We need you to read the books. We need you to review as many books as possible. In the library, you'll see a YAC shelf, and those are only available for 7th and 8th graders at SMS. Each one of them has a bookmark in it. I ask you for your name, your reading teacher, or your ELA teacher, and whether you liked it, didn't like it, or it was okay. If you want to add comments, that's awesome. If your comments are reasonable enough, we'll actually put them in our catalog, on the SMS catalog, so kids can see your reviews. I prepared a few book talks for you, but I can't really tell you much because I'm not allowed to read the books. And neither is any of the other teachers in the building. And we can't even take them out of the library. Sorry guys, I have a cold. So I want to tell you about the YACs of the week. So I can tell you what I can tell you, but this is just from information that I can gather. So first of all, I want to tell you about the National Book Award. These are awards that are really big deal for authors. And there are 4 categories, in one of which is the Young People's Literature. They're given to American authors who've had books published by American publishers between last December and this November 30th. They then get a panel of judges together. These are like writers, librarians, publishers, all these people who have like a part in literature being published or created or used in the United States. And those people act as judges, and they come out with a list of 10 finalists. That gets narrowed down to a short list of 5. And then one winner for every 4 categories is decided upon. And that's given out in November, and they get $10,000. There is a link so you can learn more about the awards if you wanted to. Here is Young People's Literature, the long list for 2017. There's some really good titles on there. And so one of them is A Long Way Down, and that one I'll talk about a little bit later. And Clayton Bird Goes Underground we have in the library too. These are the finalists and the winner for last year. So you guys might recognize some of them. Okay, so Ghost, for those of you who haven't read it, is a story about a boy named Ghost who's an amazing and natural runner. He's been running from things all his life. He is a troublemaker too. He hustles his way onto an elite middle school track team. It's not necessarily one of those teams for a school. It's like a club. And the trouble is that he has trouble staying on the team. So this is the story of him and the decisions that he makes. Patina is the second story by Jason Reynolds in that track series. And Patina is about a girl named Patty who's on the team with Ghost. And has Patty is living with someone other than her birth mother, and she's trying to figure out like how to deal with that and how to deal with the fact that her mother has what she calls the sugar and has lost her legs. And this is how Patty relates to the team and to the things going on at home. So this one's good. And the other one from Jason Reynolds is a National Book Award long list finalist. So this is one of the ones I was talking about, where this is one of the best young adult books, and it's in the top 10 for this year. So the premise of this story is that Will has his brother Sean shot and killed. He basically comes up with rules, and the rules are: don't cry, no matter what. Number 2, no snitching, no matter what. And number 3, revenge, do, no matter what. But bullets miss, you can get the wrong guy, and there's always someone else who knows to follow the rules. So this takes place in an elevator, and it's in verse. So for those of you that don't know what verse is, it's a form of poetry, and it tells a story. And it takes place in, I do believe it's like 1 minute and 9 seconds in his elevator ride down. He goes through all of these conversations and thoughts and reminisces about all these things that happened in this elevator, and he makes a decision at the end. So can't wait to hear what this is about from you guys. The next one, The Last Magician. This is a story about surviving magicians who are living in an alternate New York. Esta is sent back in time to try and save a very important book and help save the magicians. This is definitely for hardcore lovers of magic, and there's time travel and history, although it's a little bit messed up. But definitely hardcore lovers of magic would love this book. We talked about that one. Okay, Alex and Eliza. This is for fans of Hamilton. I don't know if there's any in the room, but maybe. It's a historical romance and very fictitious love story about Elizabeth Schuyler and Alexander Hamilton. And the author has definitely taken the author's right to make things fictitious, and has definitely embellished along the way. So this isn't necessarily considered historical fiction because it's so far from the truth, but I think you'll love it anyway. Oh, this one's so sad. The Girl in Between. An unnamed girl and her mother find refuge from the past in an abandoned mill. The girl is dealing with her life and the decisions that her mother has, and actions that her mother has made. This is very, very sad, and it has a chilling conclusion. So I can't wait to hear about it, but oh, it's killing me. The last one is a nonfiction book about Adolf Hitler. And this just gives you behind the scenes glimpse of what it takes to be considered one of the worst figures in history. And there'll be more books about history's worst, and they'll be about events and people. So if you like this one and you like nonfiction, this is definitely an interesting read. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed learning about some of the books. I do hope to do this again, and I will share this Mrs. Bishop YACs s'more with your teacher so that they can share it with you. Um, Please make sure you come in and fill out your survey forms after you've read the books. And read, 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 because I'm dying to know about all these books, and so is Miss Patty. So please come in and take out a yak book and then tell your friends all about them so they take them out too. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.